10 and 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. Herb Farm Segment 1, Take 1. Herbs are any plant used for food, flavoring, medicine, or perfume. Herbs generally have a variety of uses, such as culinary, medicinal, or in some cases, spiritual. Existence of herbs on our planet dates back as far as 5000 BC. Here at Nandi Bay Herbs, it has been a major export commodity since 1992. The man who now looks after this 30 acres of herbs farm is John Camp. Herb farm is quite an unique agricultural venture here in Fiji. Tapping into this niche market, Nandi Bay Herbs has always and only been exporting herbs, mainly basil, to New Zealand. Basil and lemongrass are the co-producers that is exported to New Zealand. However, this is more than just that, with many other different types of herbs sprawling all over the farm. Some of the herbs produced here, such as mint and dill, are produced on a small scale and for local markets. So why Nandi Bay Herbs' export has only been to New Zealand? Nandi Bay Herbs is a classic example of what wonders farms can do if there is a right balance between organic and chemical fertilizers. These herbaceous plants are vulnerable in the dry season. To address that, 5 boreholes within the farms run all the day to keep these herbs wet and healthy. In the next segment, we take a tour of this little boutique farm. Take 2. In the next segment, we take a tour of this little boutique farm. End of segment 1. Segment 2. Nandi Bay Herbs is one unique farm in the country. It produces more than 10 types of herbs, out of which 2 are exported to New Zealand while others are consumed locally. The major attraction of this farm is its large scale take 2. The major attraction of this farm is its large scale production of basil herb. Basil, which possibly is native to India, is commonly used fresh in cooking recipes and add taste. Take 2. Basil, which is possibly take 3. Basil, which possibly is native to India, is commonly used fresh in cooking recipes to add taste to the food. Here at Nandi Bay Herbs, take 2. Here at Nandi Bay Herbs, it's handpicked very carefully. Once basil is harvested 5 times, the stems of the plant is chopped and left in the farm that later decays to be the fertilizer of the next lot of plants. Next on the list of herbs is chives. This is mint, one herb which is a must in many kitchens, especially in Indian cuisine. And this is one herb that is no stranger to us here in Fiji, the lemongrass. It is the second largest export produce to New Zealand for Nandi Bay Herbs. Next is one of the most important steps for any export business. Exporting to New Zealand and meeting their biosecurity measures is not an easy task. It is here where camps workers and biosecurity officers check each leaves and stalks carefully to avoid any violation of biosecurity regulations. And now to the most critical part of Nandi Bay Herbs Farm, its nursery. This nursery is big enough to produce 50,000 seedlings at any given time. Sowing seeds at such a scale is a labor-intensive job. End of segment 2. Segment 3. And finally, in our third segment, it is said that one is take 2. And finally, in our final segment, it is said when one is determined to achieve his or her goals, they will overcome every obstacle to reach the final ladder of success. This phrase has certainly been proven to be true by Abdul Shaiz of Ravi Ravi Ba. He left a salesperson job some 10 years ago and took a huge leap of faith to start up his own unique Samai and Sanpop business. Leaving a secure job to start up his own business with whatever savings he had was never an easy decision for Shaiz. It was certainly a huge risk he took for his venture. When Shaiz started his Samai business, he used to produce just 5 bags of Samai in a week. Now one will be surprised that Shaiz and his couple of employees from his neighborhood make 7 to 8 tons of Samai during the holy month of Ramadan only. During other months of the year, he produces 1 to 2 tons of Samai. Now this certainly speaks volumes of the demand of Samai and hard work that is put in by Shaiz and his small team. He now operates from his home. However, plans are already underway for Shaiz to put up a factory to increase his production and meet the demands. He projects his production to increase by at least 2 to 3 folds once the factory is up and running. He currently works with few middlemen to take his product throughout the country or even abroad. Although it's a small business and Shaiz operates from his home in Ravravimba with a handful of his employees, he is very particular about adding quality to his product. This is perhaps the reason how the demand of his samai has increased significantly over the years. Shaiz uses only flour and water to make samai with no flavors added, which he believes is the secret to the quality of his product. Although his small business has taken huge strides over these 10 years, Shaiz remembers his humble beginnings. Now let's have a short tour of how Shaiz and his hardworking staff manage to produce so much samai in a month. It involves very basic steps. The dough is then taken to another machine that is simply presses it. Take two. The dough is then taken to another machine that simply presses it out into thin shreds. It's now time to dry these samai in the hot sun. After days of drying under the open sky and hot sun, it's ready for packaging. Each packet weighs 200 grams and ready to be served. Shaiz has certainly proven that anything is possible if one is determined to do something on his own. End of segment 3.